Most athletes pay hundreds for a training plan. I use this and it's free. Welcome back. Today's format's going to be a little bit different. I am sharing a tool that I use. It is a free Ironman Coach built inside ChatGPT, and I'm going to take you step by step through how to use this and implement it into your training sessions. This AI coach has helped me stay consistent. It's helped me manage my schedule, manage my recovery, and help me build my workouts towards that half Ironman in September, Cozumel 70.3. Today I'll show you how to access it, how to get started, and how to implement it into your training, whether you're doing a sprint distance or a full Ironman. This coach has put together nearly every single one of my workouts. It adjusts to your schedule, it adjusts to your travel plans, it helps you analyze your data. It is a all-around coach that is flexible and you can reach out to any time of the day or night and get answers to your questions. Okay, let's jump in. So we're gonna go up here to GPTs, click on this, and then you're just gonna search the GPTs. Ironman, there it is, first response. The Ironman Coach. So this guy right here, thank you, Mr. Patrick Lee. This GPT is awesome. So we're gonna start a chat, and I recommend, instead of just chatting with it, you just click here, let's do this. So it is going to prompt you the whole way through how to set up your GPT here. It asks you your primary race goals, your race dates and distances, how many hours per week you can fit into your schedule, what your available training days are, what your family situation is. And then, this is important, your current fitness metrics. So I didn't have all of these. I have the Garmin Forerunner 955, so it gave me a rough VO2 max, which has gone up and down with my training. My lactate threshold heart rate, it calculates that after you wear it for a while. But the functional threshold power, FTP, and the critical swim speed, those are things that you can calculate while on the bike or in the pool. So if you don't have those, the GPT will set up your test for you and tell you how to go test yourself, and you only need a stopwatch to do that. Here it's looking at your injuries, your preferences, what you like to do the most. Like, I really enjoy trail running, so I told it to implement some trail running into it. And then once you plug these answers in, it is going to start catering a workout to you specifically, your body, whether you're nursing an Achilles or something along those lines. It's going to work with your schedule. I do afternoons with my son. That's sacred time for us. So it's got to be morning or evening workouts. I even plug in, hey, it's going to be super hot. This week it's 90 degrees in Indiana, so I need to do my training in these windows of time. It will help you with that as well. So now I'm going to just fill this out as though I were doing my race. So, number 1, what are my primary race goals? Let's just say finish Cozumel 70.3. That's my number 1 goal. I may work towards a time in the future, but for the moment, this first one, without stopping, I want to finish. So that's my goal. Number 2, distance, half Ironman, 70.3. I also probably up here in number 1 would put the date, because when you do that, it will help it adjust to how far out you are and help structure your workouts based on that. So number 3, how many hours can I work out? Let's say 2 hours for 5 days a week. I do a little bit more, but if you're a 9 to 5 worker out there, maybe 10 hours is good. Let's stick with 10 hours. What are my restraints? I want to spend afternoons with my son. So let's do mornings. Okay, number 5. For this one, I recommend grabbing your watch. That's the easiest way to fill this out. But if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Just put, I need help finding these things out, and it will develop tests. So I'm gonna play like I have half of these and play like I don't have the other half, because when I first filled this out, I didn't. So my VO2 max, I'm gonna say, is 48. And we'll say my FTP is 200. And then we're going to just tell it we don't have the other test. Please help me figure out how to get these numbers. Current 5K time. Again, if you have the watch, this is helpful. Or just look at your last race, or go run a 5K and see what you can do. My 5K, we'll say, is 25 minutes, which might even be a little bit faster than I could do. Number 7, any injuries. About 6 months ago, I dislocated my shoulder. It really affected me in those first 3 months of training, so I put it in there, and I'm going to now, just because I want you to see how this thing can adjust for those injuries. This doesn't bar you from using this if you're nursing something like this. Number 8, my preferences. I love trail running. Long cycles with friends on the weekends. And a good mix of open water swims and pool swims. Number 9, any upcoming events or vacations. So I'm actually going to do an Olympic distance triathlon in August, so I want to tell it about that. And I'm also going to be traveling to France here in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for some episodes in France of my training there. But I need to plug those in to let it know as we go week by week, like, hey, I have a travel day on Friday overseas, or hey, I need to be doing a mini taper before this event. Or you can tell it, I don't want to taper for this event. I'll just build it into my normal training and taper for the big event that I'm planning for. So number 9, I am going to France in July, where I will have access to big mountains and great trail running. I'm also doing an Olympic triathlon in August, but I don't want to taper for that event. I want to use it as a big training day. So once we click enter here, it's going to start walking us through the process here, but I did want to point out one last thing. If you look here, start constructing your weekly training sessions on the 80-20 model. I think that's fantastic. I use that model in my own training, and what that means is 80% of your workouts are going to be in zone 2. You can get fitter and better at long distance endurance sport by doing 80% of your workouts in the easy zone. 20% of the workouts, I will typically do a tempo ride in the week and a tempo run in the week. Other than that, my workouts are easy. All right, enter. So let's see what it has to say. It's summarizing my info here. It's got my A race and my B race, what I can do, and then it spits out a macro training plan. So this is nice because it gives you an overview of what blocks of time are going to look like. Next, it's going to tell us we need to complete the missing fitness components, and here's how we do it. So on our Garmin, we can get the lactate threshold and the critical swim speed. If not on your Garmin, it tells you how to go get this. So I want to point out the lactate threshold, it says only on your Garmin. Let's see if we can fix that down below. Next, it talks about strength and mobility. 2 times strength workouts and mobility workouts during the week. I think this is great. This is how you stay hybrid right here. You need to be in the gym. I am specifically because my physio says after the shoulder injury, that's how you protect your body from future injuries like that. So it's an important thing to build into your workout. I know a lot of triathletes focus solely on the endurance work, I think mixing it is super important. If you can find that extra hour or two to get in these workouts, it's crucial. So let's just have it draft a workout for July 1st through July 7th. So now it's drafting our workout. It gives us the context, why we're doing all of this. It gives us step by step what to do. And it gives you the duration of that day or that workout so that you know what you need to build into your schedule the rest of the time. So here's our training plan. On Monday, a run and some strength and mobility. Tuesday, a bike. Swim and strength on Wednesday. Thursday, a run. Friday, a bike. And Saturday, a swim and mobility. Sunday, brick. We're doing a run and a bike. Now, this is a great workout. It gives you your zones over here. It gives you the time that you're working out. It gives you where your heart rate should be. And you can also plug in extra data like your max heart rate. So these will get more and more accurate as you keep feeding it information. So we'll scroll down here. It's got your weekly totals. This is how much we're doing in the swim, bike, run, and strength areas for the total time that we gave it 10 hours. It gave us 10 and a half hours of work to do. Here's the notes and reminders. It's telling us our zone estimates are going to shift as we build, and we need to update it so that it can continue to improve. Here it is talking about my shoulder mobility and pull sets for the shoulder so that I can improve the strength there and be safer in the water. And then it talks about our next steps. The big thing I will say is on Mondays, which are my rest days, I go into ChatGPT and I plug in every workout. I give it my distance, I give it my time, I give it my average heart rate, and I tell it all of this data so that for my next week, it is able to adjust the zone 2 heart rates, and it's able to adjust to other things that I tell it, like my Achilles is sore this week, I need to lighten the load in the run, and it'll plan a couple more cycles. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is how this can be used as an educational tool. So let's ask it, what is CAE3 for 90 minutes? So here it's telling us this is our cycling aerobic endurance at level 3. And then it walks us through what your cycling aerobic endurance is. And then you'll see down here why it matters. CAE3 is perfect during your base phase in France, where you'll likely have access to long gradual climbs. We're training your muscular endurance, not just cardio. That's a perfect explanation of why they have us in that zone, matched with our trip to France and our description of the terrain that we're likely going to be using in France. So let's just scroll back up here, and then we are going to look at our strength and mobility exercise for Monday. It's got shoulder and core. If we go down to our search bar again and we ask it for my strength workout, shoulder and core 1, can you please give me some suggested workouts? So here's our shoulder and core strength session. It's 30 minutes long. We're in the base phase 1 and 2. We want to do shoulder rehab and control, core stability, posture and alignment. And here it has an entire breakdown of a great core and shoulder workout for us. And then it asks us at the bottom here for video references so it can show us how to do those exercises. As you can see, this tool is helpful for a multitude of reasons. Its training plans grow with you. It is actually positive as you have a conversation with it. It builds in flexibility. This tool helped me stay consistent. It gave me the accountability for the weekly exercises, gave me the checklist that I needed to go tick the boxes on so that the following Monday when I came back into ChatGPT to plug my data in, I was able to give it the information it needed to get better and train better for the next week. I think the biggest thing it did for me was saving time and putting these plans together. It took the guesswork out of it. As you can see, these are very well structured workouts and thoughtful. If you're training for a race or you just want to get fitter, this AI coach can help you do that. Let me know in the comments if you try it or if you want some help walking through how to make this best and catered for you.